They did not recognize the fact that this was a hack, which Qatar has maintained over the course of the past week. And we've seen really since then quite a lot of media in both the UAE and Saudi press with a strong anti-Qatar sentiment. And we've seen sort of statements from regional leaders increasingly sort of criticizing Qatar for his stances vis-a-vis Iran, as well as support for the Muslim Brotherhood and sort of positions it's taken over the past couple years on regional issues. I think they have refused to recognize the statement as a hack in some ways because these are issues that the GCCs, or not all of the GCC states, but in particularly Saudi Arabia and the UAE have been wanting to take up and pursue with Qatar for some time. And I think that regardless if it was a hack or not, they saw this as a way to sort of pressure Qatar into addressing these issues. I think this is particularly the case off the back of the recent Riyadh summit that they had with President Trump when he visited Saudi Arabia, and recent meetings that have happened between the leaders of both the UAE and Saudi Arabia with the US. I think they probably felt like they were in a position of strength and had certain levels of endorsement from the US around some of these issues, such that they could use this as an opening to pressure Qatar into coming more in line with their own policy positions. We're still waiting to see how the sort of airspace closure will affect international carriers. This is the first time this has happened, so it is an unprecedented situation in that regard. I think for other businesses, they're starting to examine the ways in which they might be affected by this. There's obviously the operational impact of the flights, and for shipping carriers or whatnot that might not have access to the ports, that's clear. But for businesses that have different presences in Doha or may just have a trading relationship, I think they'll be watching quite closely over the next few days to see what other measures sort of the GCC or Saudi Arabia and the UAE and Bahrain might take.